Hello everyone, it's CLUTCHVAL here. We are back with another Road to 2K episode. As you know, I am on the quest to get better at Arcanists, specifically 7 seconds Grassy Hills standard mode. So this is the 6th video that Gay is featured in my Road to 2K, and I believe the final one in this series, and we're going to get this started. He's running a comment mix once again, the one that he has frequented on this channel up to this point. So here I just want to push. I got that nice mech sink. That's a great start. I'm going to push here and pebble down. Just keep the pressure up. I could have gone a little bit over to the right and then pebbled a little bit over to the right as well to maybe go for a second sink, a double sink, just to really cement a victory here, but didn't go my way. Where's this arrow going to end up? Nothing crazy. All right. It's going to fall off to the left. Here pebbling down is an option, but you'll notice it's very awkward for me to push. It's still early, not turn 4 yet. I don't have big damage. He's making it hard for me to push him with the ice shield. Nice deluge there to deflight me as well. So I can't really capitalize, even though by this point I do have some big damage at turn 5. Array was an option there as well to open up that space. I think that could have been okay. Yeah. But I do need to recognize I am on a timer pretty much until like right about now. Now he's got Comet, so I've got to be very careful with how I am maneuvering myself. So I do end up going with the ray to hit the tower and damage it a bit, but that doesn't really lead me to any sort of additional damage or sink or anything because that frost giant really does a nice job of clogging up everything. He misses the maelstrom here a bit, so that's fortunate. And I recognize that I could flight and prot, but then I'd get cometed. And since I'm close to land, it would do probably over 50. And so I just tree myself. I do have to lose my flight, but I'm not in great danger. I think I'll be able to get it back. I say that, and then I realize, oh, actually, shit, maybe not. Because he's going to go through this wormhole and water ball sink me, and that's going to hurt. Or, yeah, he could go through with the giant, and then go through after. He could have gone through with his own body there, and just gone for a sink. But then if it doesn't work, I guess, I would be able to tower. But I don't have flight, so he wouldn't be able to get countersunk. So I think, yeah, going through with his own self. And I think at times he prefers to bring the minion through the wormhole to do damage, which makes sense. I mean, you're looking at trying to keep yourself alive, and if your minions take damage, that's fine. It's like a little, Pokemon battle where you just send your minions out. But at times there can be opportunities to capitalize going through the wormhole yourself. But we're just gonna continue to stall here. I feel like I'm in a decent spot. The tricky thing, of course, is once he gets his wormhole back and, right now. The tricky thing is right now. So how do you deal with this? Well, one way is to tree, although it doesn't necessarily always work. He should still be able to jump through that. So maybe it's not so reliable to tree that off. You could tree it the other way, so put a tree basically right here. And then when he goes through, he will just be sitting in a live tree and be stuck. But yeah, that's the problem too, is that he can send his minions through, and then I just have to stick with, I guess, Mudball in this situation. And now he's able to come through and probably shard me or do some damage. But he doesn't choose to do that. Okay, that's fair. But I think he had the opportunity if he wanted. Yeah, playing around Wormhole is a bit tough. One way that I could play around it is if I tweak my book a little bit, I bring my own wormhole. And then I could wormhole over his wormhole, kind of like we do with the portals, where I portal over an opponent's portal. And that would help. But I don't have wormhole, so I can't do those shenanigans. And the thing is, by the time I start to control his movement with his minions, he's going to get wormhole back soon, and he's just going to use it again. So I've talked about a few other ways that you can avoid or work around wormhole. One is to just create some terrain that you dig out with pebbles rather than flash, because there won't be enough space to put a wormhole through there. And here now I am actually threatening to go through the wormhole, but I didn't have enough time. And so, yeah, that was unfortunate. But, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Now I don't want to go through, because then if I go through, I'm probably going to just drop into the sanctuary. Or, if not, be very close to it. So, okay, he's going to re-wormhole, and I do try to pebble. And now I'm, I guess, trying to go back and just, go back and forth, make it harder for him to push me. And yeah, you can see, I mean, I guess I don't really know what I'm doing to avoid the wormhole. And he just is doing a good job of trying to pressure me with it. And okay, I flash him through his own wormhole. That's good because now I can threaten a portal next turn and get some aura cooking, right? Get my own frost giant. Or no, okay, that was very bold, and I end up queuing. If I'm gonna do that, I need to definitely get my turn off. Now he's just gonna get a free deluge. Notice he doesn't come because he knows comet is gonna be 50 flat. He's gonna deflight me before he comets because the comet will do a lot more damage if you're on the ground compared to flying. So really unfortunate that I queued there and lost my chance to apply some pressure. Maybe open up that pebble hole to do a clock or do a mega, or, get some big damage off, win the game. But once again, on the back foot, and he is going to wormhole, but he can't really go through that. I'm just going to stall, tower up. He has to go through. That's also a decent response to wormhole, is to tower, but he can just go through it with a minion and not himself. And then, I eat my words. It's not really that decent of a response. But like I said, you just have to be pretty intentional with your movement, tree it off when you can. And okay, he's going for damage here. And I'm just going to, I guess, I actually get double drain off with the tree. It was still alive. It had probably 30, 15 health left. And even if it has 15 health, I believe you do get the double drain, the full 60. Unlike if an opponent had 15 health and you drain them, you'd only get 15. So here, yeah, it's just a very annoying book to play. I mean, you guys might be able to recognize that as you're watching me kind of chase him around, or rather run away. He's chasing me. And of course, I just teleport directly into that smash, which is not ideal. And so then I realized, just go there first. Instead of get smashed off the map, save some health, teleport to the mid-map first so I don't lose all the health. But, we're at where we are, and we're just going to live with it. Here he goes for a water ball. Not the most exciting spell to see, because I'm looking to be in danger. I have to maybe tree this off. Yeah. And it's looking tough here, I'm not going to lie. I guess I just have to drain, or maybe pebbling down here would be a good option. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, because I think if the tree stays alive and he water balls, he won't be able to get to me. I can pebble down pretty far, get some distance, in between him and me, and continue to fight. But here with this play, I'm now out of tree. I'm running out of muds or out of muds, not like as if they're doing anything really at all. And so there's not really much to do besides spam drain and pebble and just kind of pray. I guess there is an outside chance because I don't believe he has Mega. I'm not 100% sure now that I said it. But yeah, okay, he did that drain off. It did quite a bit of damage. And now, yeah, I'm just going for damage at this point. We're very close in health. This is getting intense. 92 to 90. That's the very difficult thing about Drain, is that when you're the same health, you just got 2 turns in one, because you got 30 health and you did 30 damage to your opponent. And now we're 60 apart when we were just even. And so now what do I have to do? I just have to eat that and just drain him back. So very unfortunate that the game came to this point, but let's see. Do I have a play here to win? Give me the mega, the 90. Yes! Let's go! Let's go, baby! 90 KO, 17 health. I did it. God damn, that book is so annoying to play. But somehow able to stick that bounce mega. It kind of just suspended itself right under him at his feet and all blew up at once. KO, GG. Let's move on to the next game. Yo, drop a sub for that epic close if you're still with us. Drop a like and sub. Would really appreciate it. Helps me out with the algorithm. For now, we're going to get back into this. He's running the comet book once again. I'm going to experiment with the top somewhat rush here. Just push the Sylph, get out of Sank range, and see what he does. I forgot he had Pinecone, so it's not going to be an ideal opener for me. Now I'm looking at, okay, a few turns until Comet, he's going to just lob a Pinecone. That's probably a blunder by him, doesn't do a lot of damage. I can actually be safe just lobbing another Drain here. And like I mentioned with that, if you're even in health and you Drain, you're going to get a 60 gap. Roughly we're at that point. But he does get a Deluge off. Unfortunately, that's not the best Deluge I've ever seen in the world. And so I'd say I'm decent here. I've got some cover, which is why I could afford to stay up top, is because I had that cover. Maybe a double Ray here. Yeah, okay, or that. And I think that was probably better to do more damage to the giant as well. So now I'm up about 100. I'm in a tower, granted, but, you know, doing all right here. And now I'm going to consider, I would like to consider at some point pebbling to create some more land to go hide in, and also land that is, you know, not able to be wormholed. At least he couldn't wormhole very close to it. And so I'm thinking about that, but I'm not going that line. That's fine though. That's all right. When I see that I'm able to get a portal before he wormholes and he trees, I'm thinking, okay, I did a pretty good job here. So that might be also a way to pressure him, is to just push him a little bit more with the portal before he wormholes. You want to get a portal before he wormholes so he has to respond to it first. If he wormholes first, I all of a sudden have to respond. If I don't have a portal up, I'm on my back foot. And so the same goes for Day. If he doesn't get his wormhole up first, he's all of a sudden having to push, having to respond to my portals. And so, yeah, that may be a good option as well. Unfortunately, though, you're seeing one of the strengths of his book is to just be able to drain all the way up to 250. What am I supposed to do about that? You know, like I got a good opener. He was down like 100 health, as I said. Now he's back up to 250, and like, how am I supposed to push that? I need to build my prots first before I can go in the portal. He trees it off, so I have to, you know, either kill the tree or wait for the tree to die. And while I'm doing that, he's getting back to 250. So I just have to kind of accept that and just do my best to maintain, I guess, stability and recognize, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to really capitalize with this 100 health early advantage. He's able to stabilize here. And so just accept that. And that water ball was disgusting. Unfortunately for me, he was able to deflight me. And then the tree's dead, so then he can tower. And I'm like, oh god, this is just really tough. And sometimes when I'm playing against him with this book, I'm thinking, like, what would other people who are, you know, veteran 7Gers do in these situations? Like, am I making some type of, like, bigger blunders that, like, you know, some veteran 7Gers might be looking at this and going, why would you even attempt that? Or am I missing some sort of move that would be helpful or strategy that might help against this book? Because, yeah, as you can see, it's super annoying. I'm definitely not safe here. And it's different when you're not safe and you're playing generic. Like, generic, you generally want to be pretty safe and play defensive, you know. But with rush, that makes sense to be a bit more passive, or to be a bit more aggressive, rather. And here, though, I'm not comfortable being uncomfortable. And oh god, oh no. Clearly I'm not very comfortable being uncomfortable because I just clocked myself. I just tried to go for a win, but wasn't able to clutch that out. Blundered there at the end. Rough game, I gotta say, but we got a couple more for you all. Let's get right into them. Okay, here we are in game 3. That last one was well played by Day. He kept up the pressure, and I had some trouble dealing with it. Really, the thing that tripped me up was the sustain damage. He was able to get all the way back, or the sustain that he had, not sustain damage, but he was able to get all the way back up to 250 after I, you know, did quite a bit of damage in the opener there. I think allowing these early pine cones is not ideal, and you know, pushing him in this way, it's really not going well for me. So maybe keeping my distance early might be better, and that is something that maybe other people would critique me on if they were watching this game. Let me know if you're a veteran and you have any tips for figuring out how to navigate this. But yeah, the double hit with the ray is always good, and similar to last game, we're in a similar position. So I am probably going to have to pebble down. I did have an opportunity last game to pebble down as well, but I didn't choose to do that. So I think that's definitely one way that I would start to, one way that I can improve my gameplay versus Day is to pebble down. Yeah, just like pebble down the turn before that, right? And that might help me, you know, just get that slight edge on the defensive end. So here I go for a mega lob. Oh god, I miss. I didn't have enough time to charge it, probably. If I did, of course, you know that I would hit those, right? Do you? Do you think I would hit those? I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't, but... Am I going to go for it again? That's just a death wish if I try to do that. I have to, though, don't I? I do. Oh, a clock. Okay. So I've got 1 mega left, 3 clocks. Comet will only do 50. He's got to lob something. Oh no, he blunders here because it goes through the portal. It's not going to block him from another mega. This is a tough mega though. Can I hit it? Oh, it sticks. Perfect. Oh my goodness. He's down to 27 health. I don't know if you think that mega looks tricky. I think it could easily just bounce off if you don't aim it right. You have to have it expand before it bounces off the ice shield. And because I'm able to do that, I clutch the game with the second clock. He doesn't have many tools. Remember, he doesn't have mud. So if you can get him off guard in the opener with his pants down, you know, as they say, then you'll be able to get a pretty quick win. But, you know, those come few and far between. Let's get into the next game. Okay, everyone, we're in the next and final game. Once again, he's running the comic book. We're getting a little bit of a, maybe not introduction. I mean, this is our 6th video with Day, but in this video we're getting, you know, some gameplay specifically to the comic book. A little bit of a masterclass from him on how to play it and the different strategies that are at play. One of them being the pine cone to the face. This one doesn't deflight me though. Oh man, that's really unfortunate for him. But of course he deflighted me in the last 2 games, so maybe, you know, it's not always a guaranteed deflight. But I think he got pretty unlucky, let's be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Yeah. So, okay, we're going to pebble down toward him. That kind of does 2 things. It helps me dig to him, 1, and it helps me get some coverage from Comet. So, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. And we're going to just continue to do damage, force him to move the giant sanctuary. I can maybe get a prod up, get my own portal up to the left side, and just start pushing. Okay, I decide to protect from Deluge, which is fair, because I think my prot is still on cooldown, because he pineconed my face. And so, yeah, once again, that's what's tricky about this book. If you don't continue to push, he's just going to drain up. But I have to get my prots, so I have to just allow this. And, you know, he's not really doing damage to me. He's not pushing me with Wormhole, so I'm not uncomfortable at this point. You know, I like to be in my comfort zone when I'm playing 7 Grassy, especially because you don't have a lot of time, and so you want to be pretty knowledgeable about what moves you're going to do next and have a good idea, you know, of what your opponent is going to do. If you can predict that a bit, it's easier to play, of course. So here, a little bit tricky kind of play there, but mudding the Frost Giant I think is solid. If I don't mud the Frost Giant, maybe he's able to get some sort of snowball angle. And this is where his book becomes a bit annoying, is that those wormhole pushes. I don't really have too much that I can do there. He's once again refraining from going through the wormhole with his own character and wants to go through with the Frost Giant, which makes sense, of course, because like I said, it's like a Pokemon battle. He wants to engage his minions and not be in danger of getting damaged. And yeah, I just have to create another way to get to him and, you know, apply some pressure myself. Because if I'm on the back foot all the time and he just applies all the pressure and I'm just running away, then he's comfortable and I'm running with my tail between my legs, right? So that is also one way to kind of play against this book, is to use my portals to counter his wormhole and apply some counter pressure. Doesn't always work, but in this case it worked out okay. I am in the open, but I kind of have to not care. And my thought process here is, okay, he comments me out of flight, and then I respond by clocking him. And hopefully, let's see if I do it here. So he comments me, and is that even megaable? No, okay, I couldn't quite get far enough away, but I'm just going to pressure with Comet. And the thing is, if I can eat a Comet and respond with a clock, he doesn't have Mud Ball. And so that's huge. Here I can gate on him. Yeah, and maybe he can't get a double. He might get some double. There's some AoE potential here if he hits this spec. Yep, he does get a... Oh, actually, that's a clean 60. So, not ideal. But honestly, I don't really care. I'm just going to do 70 damage. He can't drain me twice, so he's not going to get a 120 health swing. And so, yeah, I think I'm feeling all right here. Double Aura might be okay here. Okay, Pebble just to kill the Sylph is also fine. If he towers, I Pebble. So you can see how we're just trying to apply as much pressure as possible. Because when we're not applying pressure, he's able to set up a wormhole and sink off my prots or chase me with his minions. You see, if he's chasing me with his minions, that's when the losses are coming through because he's not in any danger. Okay, that was a shitty Pebble, but that's all right. It happens. I would have really liked to have some of that damage, you know, at least 10 or 15 of them go to him, because then he'd be in Mega Sui range. But unfortunately, he's not. These sort of standoffs, though, I'm going to win. Clock is a bit more potent than Pinecone, and if I play around his trees and prevent the double drains to the best of my ability, I'm going to win out. And I do here, potentially. He has to Ice Shield and retreat. Does a Ray kill? No, it doesn't. I don't think it would reach. So I'm going to go for a portal here, and the problem for him is that he doesn't have tree to block it off. At the same time, I can't really go through just yet because I'm going to get commented, and so I need to be mindful of that. I might consider just going through the portal, staying up top, staying in the portal, and then just pebbling down. And then the following turn, just repebbling, maybe? I might need to move down to the left. Oh, and he misses the drain. A little bit of a choke there. 7 seconds is not a lot of time, so I understand that happens. I've choked many a game in this series as well. So unfortunate there for him. He's going to have to, oh, he's going to sink himself and tower or telly back in. A fair play. Trying to stay alive here. I'm going to actually get his giant and then get him down to 4 health and prepare to go back through the portal and pebble down. I might be able to do this with extend. Let's see, but if I get it off, or do I damage myself? Oh, I do. You see the little the birds? I damage myself because that angle that you pebble at, it's not steep enough, even though I alt extended. It doesn't work. Oh, and I'm down to 40. Jesus, with that frost giant ball. Now this is all of a sudden a game. He could actually come back. This is insane. What is this? Okay, he's in the aura. So if I pebble and the other 2 pebbles don't hit, maybe he takes the 15 damage next turn, but 1 pebble hits, and I'm able to clinch victory. That was so dope. All right, well, I think that closes out the replays for the game. I got so engrossed in it that I'm actually not 100% sure. Let's check here. 357. All right. Yep, that was the final game in our 4-game series. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and let me know if what type of content you'd like to see, as we are actually approaching the end of my Road to 2K series. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.